Call you back. Global's here, I think. Yep.
Brenda's asking why does it leave now? Brenda's gonna have to quit for all of us.
K. I got a K. I think I'm all packed up, ready to go.
The other one. You can balance on the side and get away with the shades.
It's here.
Okay. It's approximately 10 to 3, about 2:50 this afternoon. Burnaby RCMP received a call of a violent incident occurring at a residence in the 8300 block of 14th Avenue. Upon the first responders, the General Patrol officers arriving at the scene, they entered a home and discovered that the lifeless body of a deceased female, adult female. Immediately, the scene was cordoned off and secured, and the serious crime unit from Burnaby, along with the integrated homicide team, were called in. Fortunately, there was a description available of a possible suspect that was broadcast to police immediately. And within several minutes, a male was arrested nearby, within blocks of the scene, and he is currently in custody at the Burnaby RCMP office. This is a male that does match the description, and he has been arrested and is in custody. We don't know if he is the culprit at this particular time.
Police?
We don't know who he is, but we know at this particular time we do have one individual in custody, and we're working through now trying to identify who the female is, who this guy is, and what, if any, relationship they have together. So we're only here for the last, it's only been here for the last about an hour. We have a lot of information that we need to sort out and identify at this point. What I want to ask is if anybody knows the actual house address, if it can be refrained from broadcast at this time, simply because we have not notified next of kin, and that would be, frankly, a horrible way to find out on the news if there's a loved one deceased. We're referring to it as the 8300 block of 14th Avenue for the time being. Our investigators now, as I've said, have got the area secured, and we will be gathering as much evidence as we can so that we can get a warrant to go inside to gather and to look at the scene. So we're going to be several hours outside the home waiting to get inside to gather evidence. We're not able to confirm that is out there as a rumor at this particular time. Investigators just weren't comfortable with calling it anything at this particular time. They didn't want to call it a stabbing or a shooting or a bludgeoning. They want to find out, and we'll likely find that out once we get inside with the warrant. We'll be able to take a closer look and make some sort of a definitive response in relation to that.
Was anybody else in the house at the time, Dale?
Well, that's one of the questions that we have, of course. We need to sort through. We do know that neighbors called Burnaby RCMP on 911 regarding an incident that occurred to the house adjacent to them.
Were there children in the house at the time?
We're sorting out whether or not there were children. I know that there's several children in the homes next door to each other, and we're talking to everybody that were in the neighborhood and at the house adjacent to them. So I'm not sure if the children that have been seen belong to the home or whether they're just from the witness houses.
Some children were removed from the front of the house, we suspect, is the crime scene.
I'm sorry?
Some children, 2 children were removed from the house that we believe is the crime scene.
Yeah, that may well be. I just don't have that information at this time to release, and hopefully within the next few hours we'll be able to have some sort of an updated release. I'm just trying to get the bare basics out to you as quickly as I can. You had a question?
The house, have the police visited this house in the past?
We haven't gotten to that point, where we're checking, the history of the home yet. We're still gathering the first initial, emergency of information that we need to gather. So again, we have a great deal of work ahead of us, obviously. Securing it, we need to gather as much information from the neighbors as we can to be able to secure a warrant so that we can get inside to get this evidence. So first in the days to come, but certainly I know that there was a description broadcast to police, and we were able to do some, sorry about that, tell you that she's thought to be in her 30s.